What's up, Capricorn? Welcome to Score Queen Intuition. Welcome back. If you are joining me again, let's go ahead and tap into your energy, guys. I'm just going to see what's going on around you, what you need to know, what situations you need to be aware of, okay? Apply the parts of the reading that resonates for you. Leave what does not, okay? But keep in mind, it is a prediction. So give it time to play out. All right. Somebody miss you, Capricorn. We have I miss you. Okay. All right, I saw goodbye and romance. So definitely someone you said goodbye to that has romantic feelings for you. Yeah, turning your back. Whoever it is, though, you've turned your back on them, obviously. But they miss you. Or you miss them, however it goes. Maybe you had to turn your back on someone, but you still miss this person. You think about them, you know. But sometimes just because you miss someone, you know that you got to, you know, maybe sometimes keep going. You got blocked. Spam calls or texts. Divine masculine. Okay. So I don't see you guys turning your back on a divine masculine, but maybe you had to turn your back on a karmic person to find your divine masculine, okay? Or maybe you had to turn your back on this karmic feminine energy to find your, you know, to elevate to the divine masculine, okay? You got round and round, cycles, triggers, lessons. What else do we have here? And these could all be separate messages as well, but they could all resonate with one another. So, you know, we're going to step into each one individually and see what additional messages we need here. Illumination, truth, discovery, awakening. So, yeah, I told you, some of you guys have, you know, you've come into illumination within yourself about what you want, what you don't want, turning your back on certain things, discovering more truths about yourself, maybe even about this person, to then decide what you want to do, right? So maybe you have come to a place to where, you know, you had to kind of do what you needed to do. You have mirroring. Now, this could represent you guys waiting and turning your back because you want someone that reflects what you have to offer. This could also be, like I said, you looking in the mirror, you seeing the truth, maybe in regards to yourself and what you want, what you need, right? Or this can also just be you reflecting back to this person what they deserve as well, because sometimes you have to be that mirror for someone else. And heartbreak, even though heartbreak, someone's hurt, maybe they understand that this is something that they have to go through. You have goodbye behind that. Yeah, there's a goodbye card. Okay, so let's see. Let's clarify. Why is I miss you? I miss you. Okay, I miss you. The lovers in the reverse could be a Gemini. Definitely somebody you was in a relationship with, some sort of soulmate connection. Maybe could have been a person that was very vital in your life, in your love life, but things are over here. So for some of you guys, it could be a Gemini. Justice, Libra energy as well. I don't know. I told you I'm getting an energy of, even though someone know that, you know, this is hurting them, they know it's only right with that justice there. Why is I miss you here? Page of Swords, they're watching you. Guys, look at that. Look at who the hell is back at the bottom of the deck. Justice. Yeah. They want to talk to you. They want to communicate with you. They're watching you. Maybe they're hoping that you're not in a relationship, but they also want to have a chance to make something right. Whoever this person is. I do also get a sense of you guys, like I said, you're cutting someone off as well because you feel like you have to do yourself justice, right? If you want to elevate, you want to grow, you want to attract that connection that you want, you knew that it was only right to treat yourself fair and just, and you're doing what's right for you. Okay, with that justice there. Like I said, you want balance, you want equal give and take, you want reciprocity, you want all that good stuff. So you know that in order to do that, you have to, you know, make the choices to do what you need to do to clear certain things out. Why is turning your back here? Eight of Pentacles. You're not working on this anymore. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. You put too much time and effort in this. Maybe you even felt like you got sidetracked from your own career, your goals, maybe school. And so you feel like, you know, this is only best, like I said, that you move on. You work on yourself. Maybe you're ready to invest your time, your money, your energy into other things here. The Page of Cups in the reverse. I'm sorry, Knight of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, water energy here. Yeah, you felt depleted, or you had to let something go because you felt like there was a lot of distractions. Maybe you no longer had the passion or the energy or the love for certain things anymore with that Knight of Cups in the reverse. So you didn't want to offer anything to this, okay? You could also be, look at that, missed opportunity. A lot of disappointments here. You didn't want anything where there was disappointments. You know, sometimes you got to let people go to what they're used to. And I feel like that's the choice you made because you wanted to focus on you. All right. Maybe this person wasn't putting in enough effort. Maybe emotionally, like they sucked when it came to, you know, pouring that love or being romantic. Because the Knight of Cups is supposed to be romantic, you know, and he's in the reverse. Why is blocked? He could have blocked this person and just moved on. Okay, Three of Cups. Seven of Wands. Oh, yeah, you blocked somebody. For some of you guys, this could be, you could have a friend that wants to come towards you. This could also be maybe you blocking several people, a few people, clearing out your energy, just doing whatever you feel like you need to do to get your own peace. Seven of Wands is the block card. That's crazy. So this could be you just going through your phone, just casually blocking people, removing people's energies, people's numbers that you feel like shouldn't be in your phone, blocking exes, clearing out exes, like you're just over it already, right? This don't even just have to be this one person. This could just be an overall, you know, energy that you're doing. Five of Pentacles. You're definitely ghosting some people. They're going to reach out and be like, what the hell? Dang, I can't even get through. Capricorn, just don't fool with me anymore. You know? Five of Pentacles, yeah. You may miss this person too, you know, even though it's like it's not easy to say goodbye, but sometimes you know that's the right thing that you have to do, you know. Made me think of that Chris Brown song, It's Never the Right Time to Say Goodbye. But you know that you gotta go. Yeah, I'm kind of getting that energy. Let's see, why is this divine masculine here? So apply this to you however you are. Maybe you're divine feminine, like I said, and you're, oh my gosh, look at that. Six of Swords and the Two of Cups. So regardless if you are a masculine Capricorn, you're moving on because you want that connection. You want your soulmate. You want your divine partner. You want that, you know, that union. Right? And so you're moving towards that. You are going towards, you're wanting to go towards a peaceful connection, a stable relationship here. And I also get that if you are the divine feminine, if you're feminine Capricorn, this is what is coming to you. This is what you had to turn your back on, right? Well, no, not what you had to turn your back on, but you had to turn your back on this in order to attract this, right? Or get led on the right direction towards this here, okay? So I'm really getting very intentional movement here with you. Okay, when it comes to something could have just came to light about a few people or a certain individual, and you're like, you know what, I don't need this any longer. Okay. Why is illumination, truth, discovery, awakening here? The Eight of Cups. Yeah, see, after walking away, either after walking away, someone realized what they had. Okay, and it's too late, you know, or this was just you realizing that, okay, I'm seeing enough. I can't keep going back to this. I have to move on with that Eight of Cups in the reverse. The Hierophant, following your spiritual path, spiritual enlightenment, you know, truth being revealed. The universe is bringing it to you, right? Look at that Ace of Pentacles. I told you. You walked away so you can gain more, you know. Sometimes you have to cut some losses. Sometimes you have to let go of some things to make more room in your hands. Look at that. The Devil in the reverse. Capricorn energy. Yeah. No more disappointments. You're releasing all karmic connections that bring you disappointments. Maybe you're reflecting back to people what they deserve from you. And maybe some of it is just you cutting them out. All right. With that devil in the reverse, this is you guys definitely releasing a lot of karmic soul ties. Okay, or you're not letting certain people return. We are in a retrograde right now, so you may have these energies that's kind of, wanting to come towards you or have come towards you, expressing their love, expressing they want to reconcile. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. I get like you feel like you've seen enough from enough, from enough people. Like you've seen enough situations, you dealt with enough, you don't want it anymore. Overwhelmed, the stress from this is draining me. And why? Because you're irreplaceable. The way you love can never be matched. So now, for some of you guys, like I said, you may be missing somebody. You may be feeling overwhelmed about some situations here, but you're not really going back to it because you're wanting better, you're wanting more. You just have to go through that process of continuing to move forward. But this is also someone that they're not able to replace you. They're struggling. You are for sure trying to move on, and they see that now. Maybe they want to work on themselves so they can evolve into this divine masculine. But until then, you guys might be moving on, focusing on you. All right, that's not the case. It's definitely sound advice here, okay? We both know I am not the one for you. And look at that. I feel you leaving me behind. What did I say? I feel you leaving me behind, and we both know I am not the one for you. That's what you're realizing. Like you're like, look, we know this is not it. Let's just go on. Just go your way. I go my way. I'm turning my back on this. You don't got to worry about me coming back this time. It's done. Okay. We both know it. But somebody might be in denial. Okay. And still having to go through that process of filtering someone out their energy, but they're going to have to come to terms with that, okay? Let's see what additional messages you guys need to know here. Wait, before I do that, I'm going to close out with that, but I'm going to get an hour's time message here. What else does Capricorn need to know? Wedding rings, union, wedding, marriage, soul connection, eternal love, and everlasting promise. That's what you guys want. You want something real. Okay, your divine masculine is coming. Give it time. He's coming. You're going to continue to grow. Look at that heart with a key. Welcome and love. Meeting the one. Open your heart. Getting together. Perfect. I told you. It just may not be this person. You realize that's what it is. It's like, you're just not the person for me. And that's cool. See what additional messages do we have here for Capricorn. And I'm going to end your reading there. Barriers. See, you're putting up some blocks, guys. You're putting up some barriers. You're making some changes. You're cutting out some things. You're serious about your growth. You're serious about finding genuine love. Devotion. What did I tell you? You're blocking out anything that's not devoted to you. Anything that's not showing you that, we're in this thing together. Or you're elevating and you're moving up with me. Maybe you cut out a lot of people because they weren't devoted. They were users. Maybe they were trying to get what they wanted, whatever, however it applies. Look at that metamorphosis because you're going through a change. You're outgrowing your situations. Okay, you're like that caterpillar in that cocoon that's going through that phase. Okay, going through that change. You're going through a metamorphosis here. That's a transformation here. And forgiveness at the bottom. Somebody's begging for your forgiveness. But it may be a little too late for them, guys. You're ready to move on. You're ready to open your heart to someone else and start new, okay? All right, Capricorn, that was your energy. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment, hit that bell. I'll see you next time.